I am live. Yes, hello everybody. Hello traders and speculators. Today it's going to be an interesting topic, I believe. But before we begin, let us have a look at the trades we've got today. A few of them, as you can see, out of all, that one's got 122% during the last 6 hours, that one 86 and that one 58. So looks like they could go back to average. However, interesting ones are, yeah, that one there. That one is interesting because it's already hedged and now returning back. So we are going to dollar cost average this year, and you can see that the stop loss and profit recalculated automatically jumped up, so for the demo purposes. So now once it reaches this, we are going to have the following. That one there is going to close partially, right, as per settings, 400 out of 1,000. What was it done? Yeah, what happened? What happens if it goes up? It removes those stop loss take profits. If it goes up there, that's done because if it goes up here later, if it does, then it's going to set another ones, and because Robert knows what the price is, uh, it removes the not needed ones, right? If it returns back, it puts them back here. So it's sort of like housekeeping, not to confuse the robot with plenty of additional entries. Yeah, you see here, again, price goes down, it adds up, price goes up, and vice versa. It added protective stop loss. Like the volatility is quite significant in terms of like, so you can see here that that candle there, that candle there made what's its name, uh, liquidation, right? So you see, we closed partially, $9 left, and here another order executed. So my hands are here. The robot is doing everything. So what it does basically, it closes partially this and profit this, and reopening the winning position in order to continue to close that one there, not to take losses. But this asset is rather volatile. So you see, removed stop loss take profit again. Let's have a look what we've got with our balance. Our balance today is, so you see it closed minus 60 cents plus 73 cents, so 13 cents profit. Now got liquidation Hana, right? I just simply couldn't really expect. Well, I expected that, but I shorted here, right? I shorted here because it was grading up, and basically what happens is just a spike, and for cryptos, it's really normal. It's just like 2 seconds, 17%. I believe this thing does have a little market cap. Let's check that one. Let's check that one. While it's checking it, I get my golden tools ready. Okay, so what we've got here. Yeah, look, 10 million. What would you expect? Like some market makers. which got means they just jumped here and did it. So basically, this thing here could really go up and up and up and up, and it's got plenty of room to run. So my expectation here is going to reverse. It's just, and here as well, it was just like arbitrary 50-50, and even the Robert couldn't handle it fast enough in order to avoid the liquidation. And also, this morning, I believe the problem was that I've forgotten to renew the subscription for myself, and Robert maybe it wasn't working at all. So that's why I got this pullback here. So I think that's going to drop my performance. Let's have a look. Yeah. So it's like it's going to drop there. But that's all right. Things happen. That's the whole idea of this business here. So just constant risk, which we do accept. What else have we got? So kind of showing 24 gain of 110%, and 7-day gain 111. Right. It is well below all-time high, sitting at 22%. Yeah, so if he runs another 22% or even more, then it's going to be just previous all-time highs. So what means is we've got plenty of room to run. It's good volatility, I like it. Right. Market cap is at like thousands price. So what means is like it could go up and down 10% a minute, no problem. The current position isn't fine. Yeah, and I got my positions and I got suggestions, but like it's too late, Okay, so let's leave them to mature and see how it goes. And something, well, there, no, not that one. This SKR, I don't know what that's supposed to mean. What we've got here, right? Aha, hedging stuff, right? So you see returns. So what's going to happen then is we've got this 11110 contracts for sure, and if it goes up, then it's going to level this up, so it's going to make the same number here and there, right? And then later we will decide when the price is going to be here. We will decide how we're going to either be to the green one in order to start closing that one there. Otherwise, see how it goes. Right, and here let it be, here let it be. Okay, right. The at the bottom here. So what I was going to talk today about is the definition. What definition is, why we need it, and so on and so forth. Right. Okay. What's another one? Main whiteboard. Main whiteboard. Flash. Here. The reason I should have started with the definition is because, like, this is the most important thing we are using in our lives, and more definitions are in our heads, simply as life is. Right, so that's that. Let's go on. Okay, let's see. Definition is the theme of discussion. So, there are a few meanings of that word in itself. So, a definition is a precise explanation of meaning of a word, term, concept, or idea. its purpose is to clearly state what something is, and often by describing its essential characteristic and distinguishing it from other things. So the meaning is the meaning of the definition is the meaning of the other words. So there are several forms: lexical, formal, operational. Right? So lexical is explains how a word is commonly used. Formal states a broader category of the and the specific features that make it unique. And operational is explains a term by describing how it is measured in identify in practice. We are looking for the operational definition. Operational definition. And the reason is we have to give definitions to the things we are doing, especially when we're talking about the trading. What was it? Okay. Yeah. Ah, right. Okay. So the problem here is why the robot didn't work is because it has to add 5 bucks, and the Bybit has a limit which is 10 bucks or so. So robot just cannot add because it's not enough, and it's not allowed to add more because we're not letting it. Because if we do let a robot to give more than it should, then it's going to blow up. Or every robot has a cap limit of 2.5 thousand annum thing. So move that into the settings. People would be able to set up their own limits if they like to trade millions, whatever. Now, here you see it set up stop loss take profit for the next goal, so it's going to cut half here and close down if it goes profit. If price goes 1.5% higher, then it's going to add protective stop loss in order to get rid of full like 500 contracts here, so make them level up. Well, today is a good day, right? So plenty of volatility and plenty of chances to show the robot in action. Okay, getting back to our topic here, and I apologize that Robert is distracting me and you from the lecture that money is in the first place, isn't it? Oh, look, what? What did you say? Modify, remove stop loss input maker. Maybe I have to also make different sounds for different types of alerts, and then I would be ignoring when it removes stop loss or adds stop loss, and I would be more focused when a liquidation is closed or some other risk events which cause more attention or require more attention than others. Right, so the definition. So for example, what is the trading? Right, trading. Because without the proper definition, uh, trading, right, yeah, trading. That's bad. That's bad. Right. So without the proper definition, I really can do mistakes without even realizing them because I'm going to be emotional and stuff, right? So basically, what trading is the function which which is accepting next parameters, the deposit or capital, possibilities, that is, time, I think that's enough, and produces outcome, P&L, right? So that's the definition of trading. Now, what kind of parameters we have to apply here is just we have to supply as less possible capital, as as less as possible in terms of capital or deposit, like less amount of money, possibilities that's unknown, and time as less time as possible, and outcome supposed to be profit as high as possible. So that's our definition of trading. Why we need that? This is precisely why I've got this here, this table here, because I have to deploy as less capital as possible, as efficient as possible, regarding uh, regarding the economical theory, uh, and I have to derive as much profit as possible out of the possibilities presented by me. So I have to have a tool which is allowing me to automate a search for those possibilities, right? So for now, it's just a this simple table where we see price delta and volatility in terms of time, and then we are assuming based on our internal neural network which possibilities do worth it and which don't. We've got here. It seems like this is a good candidate for dollar cost averaging. So let's and continue. Right, so that's about trading, and that's about definition. Right. Okay, let me clear this out. Here. Right, clear this out here. And so definition, what role definition plays in NLP? NLP, or let's say NLP or LLMs. So imagine the word space is just plenty of words as tokens or separate units, atoms there, right? Now, uh, what definition does, it's just building a graph. So, for example, this word is trading, and this word is P&L, and this word is profit, and this one is loss, and this one is risk, and this one is deposit, and so on. So, so when we get the definition, we connect those words and we make a cluster within which we organize words in a multidimensional space where connections between those words have particular weights. Weights. So that's how it works in large language model. The next thing is like once we start asking ChatGPT to give us an answer about, for example, oh, we have to have positions here, right? And again, look, I trust the robot. Robot does what it does. It sends me those alerts and stuff, but I'm not. Oh, that's pleasant. Nah, look, Hannah. Yeah, what I was trying to say is like I trust the robot and I can stick to the my uh, outer life, let's say, like lecturing you with this nonsense, and robot takes care about the trading part. Would it go down like this is quite exciting moment, and then it could go down, down, and down, or it could just like bump in this level here and reverse. But to me here, I've got no idea what's going to happen, so I'll probably leave it alone. Let's have a look. Yeah, another thing I wanted to show here while we have a little break of our lecture is uh, the first thing you see that is to run and do something in order to get this money back, right? And this is really dangerous thing because it calls revenge revenge trading, or oh, I've got a loss and I have to get it back because like I can't suffer this emotion about the loss and stuff. It's really bad. You have to recognize when you feel it and you have to like just turn around and go away. Yeah, it's really bad idea to do that and do the revenge trading because you are assuming that market owns you something. Oh look reverse. Market owns you something. You know, path to losses. I'll probably get back to it if it goes up uh, there, but for now it's all right. Distracted me a bit as well. Go here. Look, nothing happens. Okay. Oh, no. So we got a class here, and when we ask our large language model to give us an answer, so what it does is it reads the thing, gets which cluster your question belongs to, because I made an example when you've got just one word cluster, but you can have several of them, and each of the word in your sentence or in a paragraph, uh, they are connected to each other, and then is this cluster has more dimensions even with than that one I'm showing here, and that's how LLMs basically work. Now, why I'm saying that? I'm saying that is because everything has own context, but if you start trading and you don't have a clear definition what trading is, what position is, what this and that is, then your perception of the process is really blurry. And when you don't have a clear definition of the process, then emotions take over. This is exactly how even the evolutionary brain is designed: is to use emotions when you don't have words. So also that's how obviously psychotherapy is working. So you go there, you start talking about your emotions, your pain, your I don't know, euphoria, whatever. And more you talk, more you put your emotions in words, and then it's psychotherapy basically building such clusters in your brain where you would be able to navigate what to do with your feelings with particular actions, right? So, because when you've got an emotion, you don't really know what to do, you just experience it. But once you put it in words, you know precisely what to do, right? So, for example, I see this there, and I'm thinking, oh, it's bad or it's good or whatever. But if I've got clear definition what that is, so this is I don't know, let's say trend is going down, moving averages are pointing downwards, so the probability of price moving downwards also higher. However, I have to keep in mind that risk is for this quite volatile and low market cap asset could make trend return. Yeah. So when I've got those words, when I've got those sentences in my brain, it helps me to navigate in real life. It gives me a compass, and that compass helps me to do so. And this is how our brains and LLM are similar because our brains are doing the same mathematics as LLM does. And moreover, the all deep learning neural networks are built as an analogy of the real brain cells and the interactions between the cells and so on. So, also, what is important here is that it's possible to build hierarchies. Hierarchies, whatever is part, hierarchies. And it's really important in our business because once we've got clear definition which assets to use, then we've got hierarchy of them, and hierarchy gives us, if we go back to the slide where it was a function of trading, then you can prioritize allocation of your capital, giving it more to more promising assets, and and not allocating to too risky assets. That's also an important thing. In nature, such hierarchies are like, so for example, you get an animal is a mammal, or vice versa. The dog is a mammal, and mammal is an animal, and so on and so forth. And animal is a live creature which is moving, for example. Or the same thing with cars, right? So you've got electric car, it belongs to the cluster of cars, and it belongs to a cluster of vehicles and so on. So the analogies I like to use are, well, let's say we've got here images, data set, Lego example. So, so basically what we've got is data set and data science. What was it? It was an image. We've got a pile of Lego bricks, and then that is a Lego example. That's, right. Yeah, that one there. Right. So I like that. Right. So this is how your emotions operate in your brain. This is how you start just like analyzing things and start giving them rough definitions. Then you start put them in terms of hierarchy, and then you start playing it in order to derive profit of the data set you are getting. So this is the highest level of the sophistication, but before you get there, you have to really understand building blocks of the trading process, such as like volatility, risk, deposit, the position, how do you place the position, what kind of tools you've got in your tool belt, like for example, dollar cost average, hedging, protective stop loss, partial closure, and of course you need robots to do heavy lifting for you. For example, quick calculation of stop loss to profits, and like paying attention while you can't, while you are talking to other people like I do now. So that's that. And yeah, another thing is it's on a thumbnail where you've got screws, like a pile of different screws, and then when everything is defined and clear, then following things happen. Right, so let me clear this whiteboard again. Right, and perhaps I'm gonna be concluding for today. Come on. So, right. Yeah. So why do we need the definition? Right. So why we need definition? First one, we are drastically reducing state space, reducing space. Exactly the same thing, like in the housekeeping. If your room is a mess, then the problem there is, in order to find something, you have to spend a lot of time and effort. Open every drawer, look under sofas and so on and so forth. So basically, when you've got clear definitions in your head, then you are having an advantage in terms of saving time, because you see particular patterns, and based on those patterns, give a name to the event or to a thing, and that name, that definition, is going to place this thing in a particular cluster, which is already predefined beforehand. And well, that's why humans do have speech and abstract thinking. And once you train that muscle, then quickly you give a definition and you derive the parameters which are helping you to navigate. Right. So, for example, trading. Well, what do we need in trading? Yeah, of course, we need a profit, P&L hard, right? But P&L is just a byproduct, right? What we need is skill of understanding the markets and the trading process, right? So that's the definition. We need a skill which does this, and that, and P&L is gonna be just a byproduct. If you do not have a definition what you need, and you will concentrate on P&L, you are missing important tokens in this cluster, right? You are missing, and P&L is not going to grow. Simple as that. Like, yeah, of course, here and there, you lucky trades, but in reality, it's just till the next bad one, and that's it. You're all wiped out. So that's why saving time and having definitions is rather important. Three, reducing entropy. Entropy. Why do we have to reduce it? Simply because our brain has limited resources, and I would say rather like too limited than a wish. It has to go to sleep, it has to eat, it has to this and that, it has to relax. Sometimes depends what kind of workaholic are you, and reducing the entropy means you put rubbish into rubbish bin. I draw an icon here. Looks like rubbish bin in it. Yeah, yeah. You put rubbish into a rubbish bin. What that means is you save your cognitive resources for, let's say, I could I could have said more profitable, but I'll be, I don't know, noble. I said more important stuff. Yeah, because if I concentrate on the money, then I look a bit Scrooge, right? So we're reducing the entropy with proper definitions, and that's why I suggest we have to train this muscle of giving definition to everything we possibly can. Yes, and Right. Also, definitions. Can I move it? Get it up like that. Here, here. Uh, so, so what we're getting there is what is it? Number four. Increase the decision making speed, and that's what we need in trading, right? So we have to take decisions fast, and they have to be built not on emotions but on the frontal cortex. And for that, frontal cortex has to be well rested, relaxed. I mean, tuned to, not relaxed, but tuned to, and decision making speed and quality is increasing. So Q, Q here, quality. Quality also goes up. Right. And I'm going to be giving plenty of definitions later, different ones regarding different topics. But for now, this is that. Yeah, optimization, that's what we said right here. It's optimization effect. Optimization. Right. And, right. So, uh, cons, why sometimes we need emotions. Because first, as when you've got too many definitions, then then we have to create definitions among definitions, and it's too complicated. The brain has limited amount of memory and processing power, so hence we have to have a balance between things well defined but not too defined, right? So we we have to keep our vision on the broad picture. But I think that's a matter of just a debate, one of too many definitions. And the second is creating semantic debt. Semantic debt. What I mean is when definitions are blurry or vague, or there are wrong definitions, are misleading. Oh, that's interesting, isn't it? Close again. There's my mouse. Oh, that one there. Look. Yeah, I think that's enough for today. That one left. Right. 24. So we'll have to increase that one there. But I'm not going to increase now. It's gonna level it up itself if it does, because I don't know. Maybe it doesn't touch, and I'm too fast doing so, or it's going to reverse and stuff. So I don't know what's going to happen here. Let it level it up, and then we take decisions from here or here, wherever. Getting back to this. So semantic there, wrong definitions, and yeah, and third is it's encouraging rule writing, and rule writing in itself also could be a bit rule writing. It could be rule writing could be a bit annoying because for every rule it's going to be set of rules, and then you get this like endless hierarchy of things. And to simply conclude that what we need is just proper structure, which this structure is designed for our brains to navigate and use resources given to us with maximum or not maximum, optimal outcome. Let's leave it there. So I hope I hope that was not too bulky, and I hope that was interesting. The next thing is going to be about, right, let's go. What was it? It was neural networks beforehand. Now it's the definition. I think next thing is going to be about feedback loops, more about how the positive and negative feedback loops are developing, developing our brains. Brains, and I'm not sure how is it going to be one or few streams because this topic is now very important, and then we see how it goes. So, getting back before I go, getting back to our trading thing. Right, okay. It didn't level it up. It could, but it didn't. But see how it goes. $2.3 we are losing if I close and go, but I leave it as is. Let's have a look what we've got. Been talking. I don't know. Working. That one there. That one there. Okay. We've got -3, 2.3 to -2.3, -1.4, -2. Yeah, dollar plus is alright, not too bad. Like revenge trading got back me. That's -3. That's all. Okay, and we've got here. Yeah, look. Who, who could think about it? All right, I leave it there. Keep an eye while Robert will keep an eye on it, and I'm gonna be seeing you later. When I'm ready with this new feedback loops lecture. Have a nice one.